What up? How's everyone doing? What up, Steve? How's it going? We got a fresh play up. We got a fresh play up on TikTok. Our play of the day that's up already on the most recent video. We got the full slate up on Sobet. We're going to get into questions. We're going to figure out what people are looking at. We're going to cook up a glorious Friday feast. So you better lock in, Steve. Geez, we are on the under in the Phillies game today. Under 8.5 in the Phillies. We're not taking the Phillies themselves because Harper's out, Schwarber's out. So we're going to ride with the defenses today. What up, Banks? Yeah, that's the play in the Philly game today. Is we're taking the under. Harper tweaked his hamstring on the last play of the game yesterday. For people who saw that, Schwarber's going to be out, so that's a massive dent in their hitting. The guy throwing for the Marlins, we haven't seen a lot from him. He's a relatively new pitcher. I think like 23 career innings, but he's looked good so far. Sanchez is throwing for the Phillies. He's been nice. Especially in away spots, he did really well against the Marlins earlier this year. The Marlins bats are obviously trash, so the 8.5 is a really high number. I really like this under. Morton or Scherzer strikeouts. Um, Colin Ray 4+ Ks. The Cubs do strike out a decent amount. Ray hasn't been great lately, but I don't hate that spot. What are the numbers for Morton and Scherzer that you're looking at? Thank you for the gifts, Schmap. Hey, gang, lock in. Let's throw some likes around. Let's throw some follows up. I'm feeling great today. I have a very good feeling about today's live stream. I have a very good feeling about today's pick. We might go deep today. We might go deep. I'm gonna get to these questions. We're gonna answer them. If I miss your question, run it back in a couple minutes. Morton over 16.5 outs. Let's take a look at that one first. I'm really gonna try to answer as many questions as possible today. I hope everyone can be patient. Quentin, appreciate the follow. We get 49 more fouls. I'll share another free play. And again, if you want all my plays, go to the profile, hit the sub bet, get them. Anise says, I don't think I've ever seen you hit a bet. Well, Anise, you better open your eyes, you moron. I posted on, what was it, Wednesday? I posted 3 plays all at once, and every single one of them hit. So if you come in here with that energy, you're in the wrong place. This is the war on Vegas. I'm looking for an army of fiends ready to wage war on Vegas, not to go make these tiny little comments thinking you're a big dog, thinking you could come in here and talk trash to the sports betting messiah. You came to the wrong place today. Yankees have to win tonight. See, that's the wrong attitude. We can't think about teams being due, teams being like they got to win and they can't keep losing. The odds of them going into an individual game are no better because they've lost more or won more or whatever. Beat it, and these. Appreciate the foul power. We need 45 more. That being said, we can look at the Yankees game. I said I'd look at Morton over on outs first, so that's going to be the first item on today's agenda. But we got a big one cooking. We got a long live coming up. I'm feeling good. All right, he's starting against the Pirates today. Already decent. Perez on the mound. Morton 16.5. Let me just take a quick peek at something. I think off the top of my head, I definitely like that number. Um, he's been averaging 5 innings, 5.8. A little over. So that's right around his average. I think it should be a little bit above at this point in the season, especially against the Pirates. Yeah, I would say minus like 115 or better. I would be okay taking that. Need a big hit. Let's go Astros, Blanco on the mound, Astros pound lefties. All right, Deej, I appreciate you saying your reasoning in here. When people are trying to pitch a pick and they just say, I'm taking this team, it's like, whatever, you can do that. But when people are trying to pitch a pick to me, I like having some level of reasoning. That's good reasoning. Let's see if I agree. And let's see what price we're getting on them as well. Quintana on the Mets, Tim. Quintana is a tough one. He is so inconsistent. 58 Ks and 78 innings. Not being able to strike people out against the Astros is a recipe to get pounded. I do agree with that. Mets are hot, Astros are hotter. So here's the thing. The Mets' hotness is, I think, just like a thing that happens, coincidental, a decent run coming together. The Astros being hot makes sense to me. The Astros were just devastatingly cold for the first 60 games of the season, right? The Astros should be a very hot hitting team. They should be hitting the ball really well. So I trust the Astros being hot way more than I trust another team because this is, people talk about regression. They are returning to the mean, which is the opposite of regression, but the same concept. in that they are getting closer to what you'd expect from them. You expect Altuve to hit like this. You expect Diaz to hit like this. I didn't go 0-3 yesterday, but keep running your mouth. Keep lying. Phillies murked yesterday. What do we like today? We like the under in the Phillies game today. We talked about that. Mets will come back to reality very soon. Mets are still operating at reality. They're a sub 500 team. But I take your point in that they're not going to maintain what they've done through June. But when a team starts performing closer to the expectation, believe them. It's very understandable for the Astros to be playing the way they are. Twins money line today, that's not bad. I think there's a good price on Twins money line. It's not one of my plays, but Twins money line I think has some value to it. I wouldn't argue with that. All right, so we talked about Morton. We're talking about the Astros Mets. Yeah, if you want to ride Astros in this spot, again, not one of my plays, but I definitely am okay with that. I agree. I agree that the Astros should win this game. I haven't checked prices. Let me check real quick and see if this line makes any sense. Thoughts on Taillon under 17.5 outs? Taillon's he's been really up and down. So his last 7 game splits, he was down big relative to his normal stats, and then he was absolutely nasty his last outing. So it's a tough time to take an under on his outs. Like that's a good line. I'm not saying take the over. I would just personally stay away from it based on his last appearance. When someone pops off, especially again, kind of like what I was just talking about, where you expected him to be better than he was the prior 5-7 games, and then he really delivers, you have to be like, all right, let me see if you're for real. Astros first 5 is okay. Astros full game is probably better. But let me just take a look at price right here. Yeah, you're getting Astros at minus 114 on the full game money line. That has value to me. I'm in support of that. How do I feel about Orioles money line? Appreciate it, Mike. Well, McKenzie low K line against the Royals. McKenzie doesn't strike out a lot of guys. He really doesn't. So I think the low K line's fair, but it's low enough that I'm not. It's low enough that I'm not taking the under. Appreciate the gift slot, Lefo. Cattell Marte, 2 total bases. Again, I'm not really a big fan of hitter props. We've done 2 this whole entire season. Most of the props I post are going to be pitcher props. If you want all those, they're on my Sobet. Go to my profile, hit the link tree, get on Sobet. I post a full slate of pitcher props every day. Those are going to be the most reliable because with a pitcher, you have a full sample size, right? You're going to see them throw somewhere around 6 innings. So you have enough time for them to get the Ks or go under on the Ks or for, the expectation to come true. Hitting props seem like coin flips. Exactly. Hitting props, you get a few at-bats. You could square a ball up, it gets caught. You could hit a dribbler that turns into a base knock. You could take an RBI prop and they get hits, but there's never people on base. Like, there's just way too much variance in that, whereas pitcher props, you get a much larger sample size. Colin Ray 4Ks is okay. It's okay, but I haven't loved Ray lately. Let me actually pull up his recent splits because it feels like Ray has fallen off. But we can't go off what we feel. We have to go and make sure that the stats back that up. Where are we? Where are we, Cubs? There we go. Sneaky logo. Hard to see. Guardians or Royals? I lean Guards in this spot. Again, not one of my plays, but I lean Guards in this spot. How'd I do yesterday, Levi? We went 1-2 yesterday. We had the Phillies over 4.5. They ended with 4. That was really a frustrating game. We had the Guardians. They lost 2-1. Stranded people, back-to-back triples. So some heartbreaking losses. We had the Twins money line, and that was over in the first inning. They went up 8-0 in the second inning. So we had an absolutely sweat-free win. Then we had 2 devastating losses. It was a tough one, but whatever. 1-2 standard. We're back at it. There's going to be a lot of 1-2, 2-1 days. We're looking to get a clean sweep. In the battle of the trash, Rockies or Red Sox. That's an interesting one. We'll talk about that in a second. That is an interesting one, though. I've been thinking about it today. I don't have action on it, but I did give it some thought. You usually don't see a lot of action in those games, and sometimes you might find a really valuable line. You don't worry about chalk. I know people want to talk trash. You don't worry about chalk. Don't worry about public betting. Don't worry about square side, sharp side in the MLB. Sometimes, like I give this example. We took the Dodgers money line. It was Monday night or Tuesday night when they were facing Crochet, so the line wasn't crazy. But I said, the White Sox can't hit. The Dodgers are, even if they tie him through 6 and Crochet comes out, the Dodgers offense against the White Sox bullpen versus the opposite. So the Dodgers were minus 125. We hammered it. 97% of the public was on it, and it hit. It's the MLB. The volume of cash is insignificant, so there's no real reason for Vegas to try to trap or to try to push a game in a certain direction. And you can't rig MLB games. You can't just blow a whistle in the MLB. You can't just throw a flag in the MLB. The most you can do in the MLB is have a shitty strike zone. Like the Brewers tonight, I do lean Brewers. I think the lines are right. My only issue is that Talion popped off last night. Or last outing. So I said I was going to look at Ray 4Ks. I want to see his recent splits because it feels like his numbers have been down. So last 7 games, he's thrown 37 innings and only struck out 24. Do with that as you will. I think 4Ks is a pretty fair number, to be honest. I'm not leaning strongly in one direction. Take it over in the Yankees game. All right, we can talk about Yankees, Rockies, Brewers, Yankees, all money line. Let's talk about Yankees. Let's talk about Yankees, both the money line and the over under. Again, if you just want all my plays, go to my profile. Go to my profile, hit the link tree. You'll see all my plays right there on SoBet. You get in for less than $10 a month. You get in for less than $10 a month. I post a full slate of plays every single day. I additionally have a VIP prop section, full slate of props every single day. We are looking throughout the MLB season to put back a 6% return on investment throughout our season. We're just over that right now. We're looking to maintain that. And that is 6% on all the action we're going to launch, which is going to be about 9 units a day for about 200 days. We're putting in between 1,600 and 1,800 units throughout this MLB season. There is so much action. And right now, these next couple of weeks are going to be our most aggressive time because right now is when you have the NHL and NBA bettors. The season's over with. I need action. You don't have a lot of options. Dumping money into the MLB. Then we're going to see a little bit of line movement that doesn't make a lot of sense. And that's where we find a ton of value. Again, there are no trap lines in the MLB, but there's small enough markets that public betting can move lines and we can get great value. And that is the name of our game. It is finding value and hammering that again and again. 6% in unit terms for MLB season. If we do 1,700 units, that's going to be 102 or 112 units. So if we can do, again, it's going to be 1,600 to 1,800 units throughout the season. So maybe even 2,000 because we've been a little aggressive. So somewhere in that range. But anyway, we're looking to do between 110 and 130 units return. Right now, that's including the props. It would be about half of that for the mains. Right now, we are looking at about upper 40s. So we're looking at upper 40s, but we've done less of the action than we're going to because the unit size through the first month and a half, we were doing lighter units as we collect more information. Our action will be a little bit light after All-Star break, and then it'll be heavier in August and September, just because we want to track any unfamiliarity, trade deadlines, teams get moved around, we have different numbers. So our most important task is to find lines with as much value as possible and get as much action on those lines as possible. Now, it's the MLB, right? Anything can happen. We're hitting at about a 58% rate. So it's not like there's any guarantees in this. We don't want to go 5 units on one play, 1 on the other. Most of our plays are going to be 1 to 3 units, mostly 1 to 2. But yeah, the name of the game is finding value and getting as much action on that value as possible. If there's plus expected value plays, we want evenly distributed immense amount of actions, and that's how you can return as much of a profit as possible. It's not about, can I hit as many plays as possible? It's about, can I get as high a payout as possible? So it's relative to the odds. Anyway, that's all the stuff I'm taking into consideration. If you want all my plays, they're up on SoBet. Like I said, less than $10 a month to join. It is the cheapest sports betting subscription I've ever heard of. I don't know anyone who's doing a cheaper model than that. And the reason I have it cheap is because I want everyone to be a part of it, okay? I'm not fucking around. Obviously, I want money. I want to get paid for the work I'm doing, for the research I'm doing, for the promotion I'm doing, obviously. But at $10 a month, I know that people will come back because we put up consistent numbers. I know at $10 a month, anyone who's betting on sports can afford it. I know at $10 a month, anyone, no matter how small their unit size, will still be able to profit off that. And I want everyone to join. I want the community to be absolutely massive. We're up over 4,100 people. I want to take it to 5K by All-Star break. I want to have 10,000 people in there. And why would we stop at 10,000? Why would we not make it 15,000, 20,000, 25,000 people? When we go up 40 units with 25,000 people, that's 1 million units. Vegas, we are going to ruin your life. I'm not launching $150,000 bets. But if I got 4,100 people behind me, if I get 5,000 people behind me, that's a massive blow to Vegas. Oh, you lost the one free play, Iceberg. Bro, we've lost over 100 plays already this MLB season. We've won a lot more. We're hitting over 58%. You want to come in here and talk about one play, whatever. I don't care, bro. Ride for a week. Ride for a month. Join the SoBet. Don't even tell the plays. Just track me for a week. Do whatever you want. But I will tell you, we are up. We maintain up. We will continue to be up, and we'll only get better. Here now, wondering, I don't know if you answer questions. I'm just wondering. I do answer questions, Billy Bob. I miss a lot of questions because, as you can see, they're flowing in quickly. Hell yeah. The 48% is what I bet. Iceberg, brother, it's 42%, first of all. Secondly, if you want the results that I get, make a podcast with Lord Max. Interesting. I like Lord Max. He's on SoBet as well. If you get on SoBet through me, you get access to Lord Max as well. But yeah, we've talked about collaborating on stuff. He's a cool guy. And he puts out quality picks. Yeah. You think Tigers and Riley Green homer? Riley Green homer, like I'm not here to do home run bets, no offense. If you're doing home run bets, just play roulette. Do I think Tigers? I lean Tigers, but Maeda sucks. Yeah, Lord Max is brand new to SoBet. He's been like as of this week, I think. No, that's what I'm saying, Billy. But or you're saying for the homer for the home team, or you're saying Green for a homer? Because if you're saying Green to hit a homer, I don't want to bet on that. You're just watching the game. Oh, if you're just watching the game, I think the Tigers have a good chance, but I think Maeda sucks. Now, Parker, we got the cold brew black, but it is in a wine glass today because I got to run my dishwasher. Opinion on Brewers. I think the Brewers win today. I don't like him at minus 135, and my reason for that is that Talion really, really dialed in his last game, and he's been worse than expected throughout this season. So for him to throw that well is – well, I didn't expect him to throw that well, but I do think he's better than he has been. But I do think he's better than he has been. So I expect to see him – or I don't expect to see him pitch at that level, but I expect to see him be better than he has been this last few weeks. So he could be dialed in. The Brewers haven't really been hitting well, and that scares me from taking a minus 135 money line on the Brewers. Again, I'm not riding the Cubs. I don't trust them. I don't trust their bullpen. But could I see Talion delivering another quality start? Yes. And for that reason, I'm staying away. Under 6.5 Ks for Logie Gilbs. Yeah, the Twins touched him up. The last time they faced each other, the Twins absolutely lit Gilbert up. And I do think that Gilbert and the Mariners pitching staff as a whole, ironically, other than Luis Castillo, the one person people know and respect, dominant, super underrated. Brian Wu, disgusting. Gilbert's been nice. What's his face? Miller, elite. Really strong pitchers. Twins, Mariners over 7. I would rather take the Twins team total over. Over's pitching. The Mariners don't have a lot of offense. I think the Twins money line is decent, but I'm not taking it. I think the Twins team total over is probably even better. Talk about the Red Sox game. We'll talk about the Red Sox game. Astros money line, we already talked about it. It's not one of my plays, but I do approve. I do like it. If you want my play, and I will say this again, if you want my plays, go to the profile, hit the link tree, get on SoBet. It's very simple. You click the buttons, now you're on SoBet. Now you're riding with the sports betting messiah. Less than $10 a month if you use that link. It's crazy value. Nobody's giving value like that. We'll give you the full slate every single day. Full write-up. We're not just saying, hey, I'm taking the Astros money line because I think they're due for a win. There's a lot of bullshit floating around. A lot of people talk about, yeah, I think here's the 16-leg parlay I think is going to be good. No, I'm giving you the plays. I'm giving you why we're doing the plays. I'm giving you the line we got that play at. I'm giving you the book where we found that line. I'm giving you the amount of units we're risking. I'm telling you how to manage your bankroll. I'm giving you the keys to Vegas' safe. And you need to get involved. JV giving us L's, you better get your head out of your ass. I will say this, and I will be naming names. I made a recent decision in my life to become a pettier person. Okay, there's a sponsor I dealt with that I may be very petty about, and I may decide to destroy their business, to use my influence to destroy their business because I don't like the way that they treat me. There are people that sometimes show up in my DMs after I do a 3-0 sweep, and then I lose a game and they show up in my DMs and complain. It's never people that are successful. It's never anyone that has money. It's always broke losers every single time. And it's not, there's nothing wrong with being broke. I know it's tough out there right now to make money, and that's fine. I have sympathy for it. But if you're going to blame me when you didn't ride my 3-0 sweep and you rode 1-2 and you come in, it's not Sobet. No, there's no issues with Sobet. Sobet's been a great experience, and I would never talk negatively about Sobet. It's great working with them, and it's good to have everything. But people that come into my DMs and have anything negative to say ever, number one, if I take the time to respond to you to your loser message, you better get on your knees and thank me for taking 2 minutes out of my day to use my superior brain to respond to your comments. And number two, if you think that something good is going to happen to you from coming and whining in my DMs, what did you think was going to happen? Do you think if you come into my DMs and say, bro, I can't believe we lost that play. Bro, I can't believe today was a lose day. If you came into my DMs because you're sad about the one loss, what do you think was going to happen? Or you can say, sorry, bro, that's totally my bad. I meant to hit 100% of the plays. I'm sorry for being profitable. I'm sorry for putting out these free plays every single day. I'm sorry for a full day, every single day of me live streaming and dropping knowledge and educating you on how to be a profitable player. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we're only hitting at 58%, which only a fraction of a percent of bettors can do. Referral code is PD, West Coast. You go to a profile, hit the link tree, you get on Sobet through that. The code automatically goes in, you get the discounted rate. Get in there. No, crazy. Go to my profile, hit the link. If you go to my profile and you hit the link, you get in for $10. If you just go on Apple and sign up there, it'll be $15. But if you go to my profile here, hit the link tree, top link is Sobet, you go straight to my page, it's $9.95. And you stay at that. It's $9.95 the next month and so on. Highest unit play today, Chaso. That's up on the Sobet. Go get involved. The play I shared already is not my highest unit play, but it is the under in the Phillies-Marlins game. 95 units since November. Sorry, Alex. Sorry. Exactly. Yeah. Chase, the highest unit. It's up there. You can take a gander. Damn, that's crazy, Josh. Josh is an OG. That's nuts. All I'm saying. Here's the other thing to consider. Every single play I put out, I'm riding those plays too. Obviously, I'm putting in that amount of research and effort towards figuring out these plays, towards figuring out what I think are the highest value plays. I'm obviously putting my money on that too. You think I'm happy when they miss? Of course not. But guess what? I know that 42% of the time I'm going to miss. When I miss a play, I go down and I move on. And I go to sleep at the end of the night because I don't chase and I don't put together a last-second parlay. I go to sleep at the end of the night. I wake up, fresh slate, fresh mind, and I lock in these plays. I don't care if I went 3-0. I don't care if I went 0-3. It's a new day, new action, same mindset. That is the only way. The pick today is the under in the Phillies-Marlins game. I've got a full slate up on Sobet. If you want those, go to my profile, hit the link tree, you get it. Yeah, exactly. I am thinking about doing a degenerate series. Separate to my plays, separate to my bankroll management preaching, I am thinking about, for the sake of content, doing a 100-day, 100K challenge where I try to get really aggressive and spin $1,000 into 100K. Yeah, you can follow me and everyone else, and it's no additional cost for other people. I appreciate you, Anise. I'm singing a different tune than this. I'm leaving tomorrow, Alex. So I'll be live again tomorrow at some point, most likely. Swear, but appreciate the follow. We need 30 more follows, by the way. Nothing in the Braves game. Even $1,000 to 10K would be crazy. I mean, $1,000 to 100K, like in 100 days, would be really, 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 really difficult. And there's a really strong chance that we end at 0. Okay, babe, appreciate the follow. We need 28 more. Let's go, crazy train. Let's go. Exactly. This is my main job. You're not the IRS. No, the content I make, the sponsors and affiliates I work with, the paid communities that I run, and the bets that I make and the live streaming, all that collectively, hell yeah, Alex, send it to me. That collectively is my job. And something that I started just this past couple of weeks is I started a school community where I'm showing people how to make money off content creation. And it could be a side hustle thing, or it could be I'm trying to make it a full time job. But I've been doing this for 18 months. Last month I made over 18 grand. The first time I got paid took me 2 months. 2 months on TikTok, and I made $500. About 8 months in, I started making 5K, and now 18 months, I'm making over 18 a month. And I broke that all down into a 6 month roadmap for people that want to do what I want to do. And I get how it sounds when people are like, oh, I have a course, I have a whatever. But here's the difference. I am a person who's actively doing the thing, showing you how to also do the thing. For anyone who's interested to it, doesn't make 1.8 a month. That's factually inaccurate. 18 from TikTok, no. So the breakdown would be like $3,000 from like sponsors and affiliates, where it's like, here, make this video for me or promote this or whatever. That's about 3 a month. Paid communities is about 10 a month. That's going up. Obviously, that's something that trends up. That's about 10. Views off my other TikTok channels, like Evil Pick and Petey, that ranges from 3 to 5 a month. And then there's just a lot of like, oh, here's 500 off affiliates. Here's 1,000 off of like someone asked me to do something that's one time. Here's 500 for live streaming with Pouch, for instance, in the background. I'm not saying that to brag. It's New York, and I spend a ton of money on rent and everything else. I'm saying that to be like, for people that do want to make this money, it's not like I understand. We'll talk about guards in a second. I understand that not everyone is as comfortable on camera doing whatever. But for people that do want to make money doing this, and I'm not saying you'll get to 18K or 20K or 25 or whatever, but for people that do want to do this, I have it broken down into very straightforward steps. We do weekly calls and talk about it. All that stuff that people talk about in mentorship groups or whatever, I've started one of those. And there's only a handful of people in it now. So if you join now, it's 1, discounted, and 2, you get a ton of attention. But yeah, most importantly, if you're trying to create paid communities, and have picks and analysis available in there, and you're actually good at it, there's a lot of people that are good at it but don't make any money off it because they can't grow their following on social media and they don't know how to connect and work with. So it's a 6-month roadmap to try to build people to that point, to profitability, and specifically refer people to the affiliates and sponsors and groups that I'm working with. Yeah, it's a difficult time. I'm considering buying a place at the end of the year, but that's very TBD. There's a lot to consider in that. Hell yeah, tight. Get involved. Anyway, that's the pitch. It's in my links if you want to get involved, if you want to join the school community. It's not cheap. It's massively worth it. It's cheaper than it will be right now. We'll talk about baseball. I'm just letting people know that exists for anyone who's interested in it. And shoot me a DM if you have questions. All right, we're back to the Guardians game. People keep asking about Guardians. Gerardo, yesterday we went 1-2. We had the Twins money line. The Twins money line smacked in the first inning or second inning. My unit size is between $50 and $100. I try to start seasons at 50 just so I can track fully with everyone that's riding with me. We had the Phillies over 4.5. They ended with 4. That was a heartbreaker. And we had the Guardians money line. They lost 2-1 on back-to-back triples in the 6th. That was a heartbreaker. So we had an easy sweat-free win and then 2 heartbreaking losses. So tough one, but bounce back, whatever. We said we were going to talk about Guards money line again. By the way, I want to start trying something new. When there's multiple questions, people obviously I'm not looking. Yeah, Twins looking good. Play of the day I shared is the Phillies Marlins under 8.5. Single bets. That's the name of the game. Type single bets. And again, everyone who wants all my plays every single day, go to the profile, hit the link tree, hop on SoBet, get all my plays every single day. I post a full slate. Now we got McKenzie against Marsh. McKenzie has been pretty bad. We look at his last 7 game splits. He's got a 1.65 whip. His Ks are up, 36 Ks in 33 innings, but 165 whip. He's walked 22, which is higher than normal. On the season, 1.5 whip. We're halfway through the season. He's still got a 1.5 whip. The under in the Phillies Marlins game, I'll talk about that in a second. Ty, appreciate the follow. We need 24 more follows. Bounce back spots. Here's the thing. I don't believe in bounce back. I do believe in the Royals not being a great hitting team, and he could have a good game, but he's not going to bounce back like now it's time for me to lock in. He's been bad all year. I thought he was good last season, but he's been bad this whole year consistently. That's a long enough period of time to be like, yeah, not good. Yeah, Schwarber and Harper almost definitely out. So I don't have action in this game because I don't trust McKenzie, but I don't trust the Royals hitting. I would still lean Guardians if I took anything. Marsh is thrown for the Royals, 1-2 whip, 69K, 76 innings. You look at his last 7, 1-3-7 whip, so he's been getting a little bit worse. This is a good hitting Guardians team, despite the last game yesterday. The gun's going off, TS81, the gun's going off. I don't hate it, Josh. I don't hate it. But all that to say, I don't have action on this game. If I had to take it, I would take Guardians money line. Yeah. I trust their hitting way more, and I don't like McKenzie. I don't trust him, but the Royals are bad enough that he could get away with going 5 innings, giving up a run. We'll talk Red Sox in a second, Mango Juice. I know I've owed you that for a while. But something I want to start trying moving forward, when there's a lot of questions going out at once, if people want to vote on the questions and other people, if someone says O's money line, everyone wants to talk about the O's game, everyone else who's interested in that can drop that comment at the same time so I can see what people are most interested in. Just something to keep in mind. Let's go, Adam. Let's have a big day. Do I like something in Brewers Cubs? There might be a prop. If we get 22 more fouls, I'll share a prop from that game. But I'm going to read off this Phillies write-up because people were asking, and then we'll get into the Red Sox and the Orioles. But here's my write-up from the Phillies game because people were asking. So again, Twins, baby, love it. Slimy, appreciate the follow. We need 21 more. Now listen, all my plays are up on Sobet. If you want those plays, go to the profile, hit the link tree, hop on Sobet. You get all my plays. Literally, that link will take you immediately to my plays for less than $10 a month. We're talking 11 cents a play. It's the cheapest subscription out there. But you'll be on there within like 30 seconds. You literally go to my profile, hit the link tree, top link is Sobet, only $9.95 a month. That's the discount rate right there. You stay locked at that rate. You can get even better rate if you go for a 6-month or a 12-month, but the rate doesn't increase when you get on the discount rate. So I'm just saying all the plays every single day are on Sobet. If you want that, you can get it. Usually post VIP picks, they're like 15 minutes after the mains, Jordan, and everyone on VIP gets the mains as well. I hear your point, and I'll see what can be done about that, but we're sharing those plays within 15 minutes of when we get the lines. Appreciate the fouls. We need 19 more. How did I fare yesterday? We just went over this, but we had Twins money line, smacked immediately. Phillies team total over 4.5. Heartbreaker only got 4. And then the Guardians lost 2-1. So a sweat-free dub and then 2 heartbreakers. Pretty frustrating, but we're on to Friday, baby. Let's go. All right. Here's the play from Sobet. Again, if you sign up for Sobet, if you go to my link tree, you hop on Sobet, you will get these plays every single day. These are the plays, and this is how I share them. So get your pens and pencils out. This is the play. Phillies, Marlins, under 8.5 total runs. Minus 115 on DK, 1.15 units to win 1 unit. So the play is Phillies, Marlins, under 8.5. Phillies, Marlins, under 8.5. The line is minus 115. The book we got that on is DK. We are risking 1.15 units to win 1 unit. For people that understand our bankroll management methodology, 1.15 units means 2.3% of your bankroll. Okay? So do the math. Now, here's the write-up. Looks like Schwarber and Harper are both going to be out for this game. They both got hurt in yesterday's game, which would be a huge loss to the Phillies offense, especially given the fact that this is a weaker opponent. They're not going to take risks. They've been on a long stretch. We're closing in on All-Star break. They're not going to push Harper or Schwarber in this spot. Even if Philly does some damage without those guys, it's fairly unlikely. And Christopher Sanchez for Philly is thrown against Miami, who has one of the worst offenses in baseball, and he's been dominant in his home spots. 1.59 ERA, 1 flat whip. He pitched against them earlier this year. He only gave up 4 hits, 0 earned runs, 5 innings, basically the same lineup as he's facing now. Miami has one of the worst offenses in baseball against lefties. 26th in average at 223, 30th in OPS at 598, and 30th in weighted run creation at 69. Absolutely pathetic. Yeah, bro, that has happened to me a bunch of times. Super annoying. Super annoying, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of consistency around how that happens. So, again, the play is Phillies Marlins under 8.5 total runs, minus 115 on DK for 1.15 units. This is what all my plays look like on SoBet every single day. The play, the line, the book, the units. Okay? And then I give you my write-up, and the stats that we look at are mainly the pitching analysis, right? How this pitcher performs against these specific hitters. If we have to generalize it against lefties, against righties, we do that. We try to make the hitting stats more recent. Usually we look at the last 2 weeks, last 30 days for team hitting stats. And that's what it's about. Do I get strikes for it? Usually for videos, but yeah. I don't think it's a terrible pick, Landon, but I don't like it. I don't like it. It obviously has a chance at hitting, and good luck to you, but yeah, we'll see. Tigers' money line is not too good to be true, but it's not a great play. Kenta Maeda sucks. Kenta Maeda really relies on his splitter because he only throws 89, 90 miles an hour, and he has a good splitter, but his splitter's been trashed this year. He hasn't been locating it, so nobody's biting on the splitter, and now he has to throw fastballs behind in the count to get ahead. So he's either walking the whole ballpark or he's throwing 90-mile-an-hour fastballs that people are sitting on. So Maeda sucks. The Angels could absolutely nuke him. He could be a little bit better. He could locate the splitter better. You never know. But if he throws the splitter the way he's been throwing it this season, he's going to get killed. You just can't do that. As a pitcher that doesn't throw hard and relies on deceptive stuff, if your stuff doesn't locate and you allow people to sit on the fastball, it's going to be really ugly. And people sit on his fastball so easily that he still has to throw the splitter, and he's walking so many people. Scherzer over 4.5 Ks, Stroman over 3.5. The Stroman one isn't great. Stroman, I like him. He's been having a not great year, but his K numbers are not great. Angels can't hit splitters easy, but they don't have to swing at the splitter when he's throwing it 58 feet every single time. Thoughts on Dodgers being underdogs? I mean, they're throwing a rookie against Logan Webb. If ever they were going to be dogs against the Giants, this is the spot. White Sox are Toronto bats heating up. It's been a couple good games. I don't know. I need to see a lot more before I gain a lot of confidence in them. But yeah, I know I said I'd talk about the Red Sox game. We are going to talk about the Red Sox game right now. And again, if you want all the plays, go to my profile, hit the link tree, hop on SoBet. And by the way, so next week, I've said this, I'll be live again tomorrow, but then I'm going to be in Europe for a week, so you're not going to see live streams for me. Maybe I'll drop one in the middle of the week if you guys are lucky. But you're not going to see a ton of me on TikTok for the week because I'll be in Europe, spending Vegas's money, living the absolute dream because that's what you get to do. So it would be a good time to hop on SoBet because all my plays will still be up every single day. I'll still have the full slate every single day. I'll still hop on the call with my guys and get the write-ups every single morning and make sure that we've got the plays worked out. I'll have those posted, et cetera, et cetera. You're just going to see less of me on TikTok and Twitter and everything. So just saying. $5,200 a unit stacking money from last year. So, Alex, I don't do exactly what I recommend, and the reason for that is because I'm making content around what I'm doing. I can't afford to get banned from any more books. I can't afford to not be able to place the action and have my tracking and things like that. So I've stayed at 50 as opposed to compounding the unit size because otherwise I would likely get limited, especially on my props, and I want to be able to do all my props and share my numbers. So that is one of the downsides of making content around my picks, but not that it would be at 5,200. We're not at 1,000% ROI yet, but yeah. The $50 unit. The $50 unit, we're up 40 units out of 50 units, would be at about $91 at this point in the MLB season. 50 to 100. Yeah. 50 to 100. Gotcha. Orioles Rangers over 8.5 is hitting. We'll talk about that in a moment. We're going to talk about Red Sox first. But yeah, all my plays will still be up on SoBet every single day next week while I'll be in Europe. So if you want all those plays, get them. I'll post on TikTok some, but I'm going to have some phone free time because I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone more than anyone you know, and I'm on 2 phones, so I'm doing more than 24 hours of screen time every single day. It's disgusting. But I do it. I do it for you, and more importantly, I do it for me. Is everything just baseball fantasy? What are you talking about, David? Uh, we don't. I don't do fantasy. I do baseball throughout the summer, but when August rolls around, we're gonna have college football up. We're gonna have NFL up come September. We're gonna have NFL props, NBA props. NBA we do a lot more props than main plays. So the VIP is also going to expand. We're gonna have a lot in the VIP. I'm also going to. We don't really do live plays for MLB. There will be some live for NFL. So I'm gonna open up a live channel where I'll be sending out live signals as well. We're definitely expanding. We're expanding. I've talked to a couple more analysts that are going to help out as well with just some of the research because I can't give you quality research on 3 sports every single day. I do my research and then I get the stuff from the other guys that are capping the slate, and then we collect it all and we find out the best plays from that. We see any blind spots and whatever work anyone's done, see if there's any disagreement, and then I put out the best plays that we have. I'm already doing that for MLB, but as we get into NFL and NBA as well, all these sports, um, you know, I'm going to be expanding. I'm going to be expanding the team, and I've got some guys that are putting up great numbers. MLB's getting tough. Fun. We got stay locked in. This is actually a really good time for MLB. Really good time to find value as we get more public bettors from the other sports. We'll be going live at halftime this football season. So I'm going to find a way. I'll be live throughout football season. Probably halftime is good. I'm going to figure out the best ways to do it because, one, I don't give out picks for the Bills game. I just watch the Bills, and I don't want anyone to talk to me during the Bills games. And two, when I'm watching on Sunday Ticket, I'm like 30 seconds behind, and there's spoilers in my chat, and that drives me insane. But I'll be live. We'll be talking picks. I'll be live Sunday mornings. I'll be live Saturday mornings as much as possible. I'll do some live reactions on like Sunday nights or Sunday afternoons and so on. So we'll be live throughout NFL season. I'm just only going to be doing live sweats without looking at the chat or something like that. But I'll also be taking calls as well. So we got a lot of stuff coming. I'm sorry I got a lot of shit to plug right now. We're going to get back to the games, but I also have a free newsletter. I'm dropping the first episode of the newsletter this July. We already talked about Brewers game. We like Brewers, but not enough to take the play. Yeah, but I want people to be able to comment and interact with each other and whatnot. I'm not trying to just have a silent thing. I just don't want to get spoilers. But anyway, I have a free newsletter that's going to be coming out. People don't understand that my pen is mighty down for the newsletter. It's in my links. Just drop your email in the links, and I'll have you signed up. It'll be probably early to mid-July. Yeah, mid-July will be the first episode. But War on Vegas newsletter is coming. We're gonna have fun with that. We're gonna talk about betting and betting strategies and betting methodologies and betting news and sports news and betting experiences. There's gonna be some poker stuff in there. There's gonna be some just stories that I've written about experiences with gambling. Obviously, there will be some picks and analysis, but it's going to be a little bit more entertainment oriented and news and strategy oriented. Phillies Marlins under 8.5. Ivo, that is correct. That is correct. So yeah, if you want the War on Vegas newsletter, drop your email. It's in the link tree. There's a job form just to drop your email and sign up, and that'll be coming. So stay locked in. I'm telling you, we're changing the game. I'm building the biggest and the greatest community. Yeah, so Andrew, if you paid the $9.95 for SoBet, you get access to my account. You can also follow other people for no additional cost. You'll have access to the whole app. How's the under in the Marlins game a good play, Ethan? Maybe because Schwarber's out and Harper's out, and the Marlins are a bottom 3 hitting team in the entire MLB. It's not a trap. It's the Phillies with a worse offense. So, like, however you want to look at it, it's not a trap, but it's also not a great Phillies team. It's a Phillies team with a significantly worse offense than they normally have. I still think they're better, but it's not like they automatically win. Best $10 you ever spent. Facts, Alvin, facts. I mean, it's $10 just to be a part of the community and receive this content. You also get access to all the other cappers on the app. You can, filter by sport, filter by capper. Harper pulled his hamstring on the last play of the game. You could watch it live. Yeah, it doesn't look horrible, and hopefully it's not bad, but yeah. It's 11 cents a play. Bet with it. Do you ever bet a team with the best record in the month? I've never done that prop, Eric, but that sounds kind of fun to root for a team for a month. Yes. All right. So we are going to talk about the Red Sox game. So that's a website. It's also an app. You can use it either way. But if you go to my profile, hit the link tree, that takes you through the website directly to my profile, and that's how you get on for a discount. So if you use the link in my profile, it takes you like literally click my TikTok profile, click the link tree, top link is so that you click that, you're on my profile, and you can sign up right there, and you get the $9.95 discount. And you stay at that rate. It's not $9.95 and then next month it's more. It's $9.95 as long as you want. The free play I shared already, Ethan, was the under in the Phillies game, under 8.5 in the Phillies game, and then you said, "How is that a good play?" Crying, laughing face, and it made me mad. 10. The VIP is optional. It's $9.95, David. VIP is optional for props. But yeah, that's $10. Twins spread, yay or nay? Twins is decent. I think the Twins team total is better, but there's good value on the Twins today. They really touched up Gilbert last time they faced him. All right, back to this Red Sox game. I know, sorry for the delay. We got Pivetta on the mound, 116 whip, 64 Ks and 58 innings. That's what stands out to me is that Pivetta is striking out people at that rate. The 116 whip is great. He's not a guy that walks a lot of people. So yeah, do I ever post my winnings? Yeah, I post a recap on SoBet every single day. I post the write up, and the plays and the analysis and the risk we're taking, the line we got it at, etc. to begin the day, and then at the end of the day, I post a recap. Here are our results. Here's how many units were up or down, etc., etc. We'll talk Nats Rays in a moment, but anyway, I'm confident in Pivetta. I like Pivetta in this spot. The Padres hitting's been super up and down. I don't like inconsistency. It's frustrating to bet on teams that are inconsistent, whether it's inconsistently good or inconsistently bad. It is a frustrating thing. But yeah, Vasquez is throwing for the Padres, and he's been absolute trash. 168 whip, 31 Ks and 48 innings, just like truly terrible numbers. His last 7 games, even worse. 171 whip, 20 strikeouts in 36 innings, 9 walks. He's striking out 2 batters for every 1 walk. That is bad. His strikeout rate is bad. His strikeouts to walk rate is bad. The free play is the under 8.5 in the Phillies Marlins game. I'm not exaggerating when I say I think I've gotten over 100 Sean O'Malley comments at this point in my TikTok career. I don't hate it. I mean, he's a weird looking guy, but I think in a good way. Webb is a decent pitcher. Webb's a very good pitcher. Danielson, I appreciate that. Yeah, we put out quality write-ups every single day. I do not mess around with this. I am very serious about trying to create the best sports betting community that exists. That's why you see me freaking out in this chat all the time about bankroll management and about stop parlaying and about stop chasing. We're putting out the plays. We're going to win some, lose some. We maintain that 58%. We maintain that consistent return on investment. We maintain profitability. But within that profitability, I know there's going to be ups and downs. I'm going to get to Dodgers money line in a second. I don't think it's a great play today. But all I'm saying is I am not just trying to build a group of people that are winning with me because I know people are going to do more action. I know people are going to stray from just what I'm saying. I am telling you, I want to build a massive community of people that understand bankroll management and understand the discipline necessary to be profitable in the long term. I've had so many people that ride with me. We win for a month and they're up, 20% or whatever. And then they get frustrated on a losing streak and they go crazy and they lose everything. That is super, super, super common. Or people that don't manage their bankroll and don't know how to do consistent unit size. They win for 100, win 100, win 100, lose 500. Or they win, lose, and then they get another 500, and then they lose, and then they lose again. And you can run out of money and have to quit. Vegas never runs out of money. So when we do bankroll management, we never run out of money. We always have 50 units. It's always 2% of our bankroll. Anthony, if you want my picks, go to the profile and hit SoBet. If you want to learn how to make money off of sports betting content, there's a link for that as well. But go to the profile, check out the link. Anthony wants an affiliate fee for that. The best straight bet we talked about. Exactly, Adam. It's all about units, all about management, and it's about consistency. That's part of the reason I'm here live consistently to remind people. Every time we have a bad day, we have a good day, I'm going to talk about we got to stay consistent. We have to stay consistent. Vegas is the absolute worst. Baby John. Vegas is the absolute worst, bro. They are paying tens of millions, hundreds of millions. And I'm not kidding when I tell you over $1 billion was invested by DraftKings on marketing. They're paying tens of millions of dollars on commercials. Think about this. Super Bowl commercial price with A-list celebrities on it. And think about how often they're running these commercials. They're investing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, not just to get you to bet recklessly, to get you to think you need to bet on everything. They're not even returning a profit yet. These companies are losing money because they're making a long-term investment. And the investment is, how do I get everybody who watches sports addicted to gambling and reckless as a gambler? How do I get them to feel like if they don't have action on the game, they're missing out? That is their game plan. People think the game plan is, I want everyone to bet on this side and then this side wins. That's not the game plan. The game plan is to make you a degenerate gambling addict with terrible gambling habits. Because it doesn't matter how sharp you are, how good you are, eventually, if you have those terrible habits, you're going to lose. You can be up. They never run out of money. Then the degenerate habits kick in, you lose it. That is how it works for 99% of bettors. I am trying to teach you and remind you consistently how to manage your bankroll and how to be a long-term profitable bettor. And when that happens, Vegas will have to bend the knee to us. The more consistent, disciplined bettors we create, the more Vegas has to cater to us. And you know what that's going to mean? They're going to start putting out $5,000 sign-up bonuses, $2,500 sign-up bonuses. They're going to get desperate for new customers. And we're going to take advantage of that too. You're going to be begging. Hell yeah, Alf, and I appreciate that for real. Listen, when I started my gambling journey, that's exactly what I was. I didn't think how to do analysis, how to manage my bankroll. I thought, oh, there's a game on today. I'm watching the game. Can I bet on the game? And I thought, fuck, I just lost $300. How do I get it back? I know, I bet 400 more. And that's how most people are. And I've been there, and it's a shitty feeling. It feels like shit. And you think, oh, well, I can't go to sleep down money. I need to bet more. And that's how you get down real bad. And it's a really anxiety-inducing, horrible feeling. If you say, here's my $1,000 or $10,000 or whatever your number is, and this is my bankroll, and I'm not worried about that money, I'm not touching it anytime soon, 2% of that is my unit size, and that's what I'm betting every single day, then it's just a long-term investment that you're never touching. Yeah, it feels great to win. It sucks to lose, but you don't go nuking and chasing at the end of the night to try to get back. You say, oh, whatever. It's like, if your investment is up or down on an individual day, you're not worried about it. That money is not needed right now. That's a long-term investment, okay? And that's how you reduce the anxiety, you reduce the bad feeling, and you find a way to stack it up. Nick Garcia, is that a dude asking me that? Keep it in the bankroll. Exactly, Ashley, exactly. My book of choice, there's not an individual book that I like. The only book that matters is the book that gives you the best line for the play you're doing. So, for instance, Phillies Marlins. We took the under 8.5. Yanni, that's the free play. Under 8.5 in the Phillies Marlins game. Okay? And the best line on that book was minus 115 on DraftKings. So for that play, the best book was DraftKings. If it was minus 112 on FanDuel, for that play, the best book would be FanDuel. So you should have all the books, get all the free bonuses, and then get the best lines. You're down 47K. Is it too late to start units? It's never too late, but you can't think about the 47K you're down. Think about today. Starting today, you're trying to be profitable. Don't think starting today I need to make 47 grand. Think starting today I need to make more than zero. Starting today I want to be profitable. If you can get out of the 47K mindset, get out of the chasing that elusive number and start thinking, well, I want to have more than I have now, then you start with units, whatever your bankroll is now. Don't make it massive. Don't make it more than you can afford to lose. I don't know what that number is for you. I don't know how much money you have. But whatever that number that you're comfortable with for a long-term investment is, then you start working with that number and you use units and you manage your bankroll and you can go up. If you have 5K to play with, $100 would be one unit because that's 2%. So if you have 5K, one unit is 2%. If you do 5K, we're going to try to, and we go up, let's say, 20 units in July. If we go up 20 units in July, now that 5K is 7K. Now your unit size is going to be 140 because it's 2% of 7K. Parlays are going to ruin you. Singles are going to ruin, or singles are the only way to go. Chasing's going to ruin you. All that. Leave it all alone. Focus on the plays. Ride the plays with the recommended unit size. Don't chase after losses. Don't go crazy after big. Jesnick, odds we go on a date, super slim. I'm not familiar with the name Jesnick, but it feels like a male name. And I'm focused on the war on Vegas. Exactly. You're going to go down bad quickly on that. It sounds great. Oh yeah, I could win huge. But what happens, even if you hit big on a parlay, if you have that habit, you're gonna do it again, and it's gonna catch up to you. You're gonna try, because that is psychologically what happens. If you win a lot of money, I use all of them, Mason. I use whichever one has the best line for an individual play. Yeah, that's just how it goes, and that sucks and it's painful, but that's how it always goes. Psychologically, if you win $1,000 typically, and then you win 10K, it's going to take 10K for it to feel that good again. That's why consistency is so big. This is not just about picking good plays. This is about psychological warfare. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. When I say the war on Vegas, what they are trying to do to us is to create degenerates that are addicted to gambling that feel like they need to chase. Rate and value, absolutely. So if you want to know my plays, all the stuff we're talking about, I did talk about Red Sox Padres, and I said I prefer the Red Sox. It's not great value on the spot, but I definitely think the Red Sox are winning. I think Vasquez is trash. If we get 8 more fouls, I'll share the prop. If you want all my plays, go to my profile and hit the link tree. All my plays are posted on SoBet. I also post about bankroll management. I remind people how many units we should be risking, what lines we're getting on, what value we're getting on, which books we should use for those specific things. All the information that I'm using, you have access to if you ride with me on SoBet. It's literally less than $10 a month. We're building the greatest sports betting community on earth, and we are waging war on Vegas. You're never so with the unit size, you're never down money. So if you have a 5K bankroll, that you'll never deposit again. That 5K might turn into 4K if you're on a bad run, or 3K, whatever, but you're never down. Because if you drop to 4K, now your unit size is $80. You still have 50 units. If you're up to 10K, now your unit size is $200. You still have 50 units. We're going to talk Nats Rays. We're going to talk the over in the Yankees game. The Tigers money line, I don't hate it. I just don't trust Maeda. He can't. If Maeda doesn't locate his splitter, he sucks. And he's been a tiny bit better lately, but yeah, that's really my issue. Rubets is I don't like Maeda, and I think he can't locate his splitter, and I think that ruins it. Orioles Rangers, I actually prefer the Nerfy in the game. I know it's been forever since we talked about a Nerfy, but yeah, if I were to take action in that game, it would be the Nerfy. Nats Rays, pulling that up. 2 teams that I don't pay a ton of attention to, I'm not going to lie. Parker's on the mound. God, I hate his face. God, he's an ugly looking dude. Beady-eyed motherfucker. Just can everyone go, if you're on the Twitter, you see this picture right now. Look at this dude. If you're on the Twitter stream or the YouTube stream, you can see it. I mean, we're looking right here. This is a decent looking guy. I can respect this man with a little bit of stubble when he's locked in trying to throw. This squinty-eyed motherfucker in his picture day, makes me sick. We need 4 more fouls for the property share. Anyway, he's still got a 110 whip. He's still been throwing the ball pretty well. I just hate him personally. Eflin's throwing for the Rays. I like Eflin. He's their best pitcher. 114 whip. Only 63 Ks in 81 innings for Eflin this year. I know he's not a K in inning guy historically, but even so, those are low numbers. My initial read is leaning under in the spot because the Rays offense is trash. The Nats offense is mid. Parker's decent. Eflin's good. Both bullpens are decent. I would lean under. If you could get an 8 or higher, I'd take the under. Can't rate Ben and Juke. Facts. DJ Scafidi, Antoine, Elijah, appreciate the follows. There's no follows for me to share. I'm not done going live. I don't want to be done going live on Facebook, but Facebook just changed the rules. Since I'm brand new to Facebook, I don't have enough followers on there to go live on Facebook right now. They just changed the standard. Everyone who wants all my plays, go to my profile. Go to my profile. I would prefer fifth in response to David. Go to my profile, hit the link tree. Top link is SoBet. Get all my plays right there every single day. Dodgers money line. I don't love Dodgers money line in the spot today. I like Webb. I don't know much about the pitcher. He's a rookie throwing for the Dodgers today. I'm not taking the Giants money line because, come on, I'm just not touching the game. We just talked about the Nats game. I said lean under, if anything. We're going to talk about the Yankees, but you guys did earn a prop, so I'm going to read a prop from my SoBet. Keep those follows coming. Keep those likes and shares coming. Everything, blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. Do the things I want you to do. But I am going to share you this prop from the SoBet because you earned it, because your hard work earned you a prop. So I'm going to share you a prop. We've been crushing it on props all season, all MLB season, been putting up crazy numbers on the props, and I got one for you right now. Nick Pivetta, Boston, under 1.5 walks. Nick Pivetta for Boston, under 1.5 walks. Minus 120 is the line. DK is the book we got that line on. 1.2 units to win 1 unit. Pivetta is under this line in 7 of 11 starts this year, and he's got a great matchup against the Padres. They are 18th in walk rate this season at 7.9%. They're 20th the last 30 days at 7.1%, and 24th in the last 14 days at 6.2%. They're consistently under walking, swinging early in counts. Pivetta locates the ball well, doesn't get super behind in counts. He doesn't throw that many pitches either, so he might have a slightly shorter outing, which gives less opportunity for him to give up that many walks. He's 73rd percentile for walk rate this season at 6.4%. Again, we are getting great value on under 1.5 walks. I'm not going to say goes under on outs because I think he matches well against the Padres, and I think he could pitch well in this game and cruise, so I'm not going to go under on outs. Phillies money line is not great value today. There's no Harper, there's no Schwarber. Do I think Red Sox make the playoffs? Probably not. Probably not. What up, Bo Sox? We were just talking about Pivetta. No raise money line, but if you want to go under in that game, that's okay. How many 100 teams do you think this year? Do you mean 100 win teams? How many units up this year? For MLB season, we're up about 38 to 45. I have to check because I haven't updated in the last few days, but in between 38 and 45 units on MLB. Read on the Rangers game. I like the Nerfy spot. I like Scherzer. I like Suarez. I like the Nerfy spot. I think the under could be decent, but I don't trust the bullpens enough. Harper got a bad cramp in the ninth. You think that was a cramp, or you think that was a pulled hamstring? Because that looked a lot more like a pulled hamstring to me. Yeah, like I said, Nerfy. I like the Nerfy in the Rangers game. Don't just ride 2-leg parlays on favorite teams, Mush. Yankees is never a no-brainer. Riding 2-leg parlays on the favorite teams is just not the move. 2-leg moneyline parlays, like it's the MLB. It's the MLB. Anything can happen. MLB, anything can happen. There are no locks. This is not like taking the Chiefs against the Titans. This is the MLB. Couple balls get squared up and get caught. The wind takes a fly ball into a grand slam. Things happen. I don't think the over in the Yankees game is a good spot. Kikuchi's nice. Stroman has been undervalued lately, or underperforming lately, but he's still a good pitcher. I know the Jays have been hitting the ball the last couple of games, but that doesn't mean they're going to continue to. If anything, I would take the under, but I'm not touching the game. But yeah, you're not paying attention. If you think this game's a smooth over, you're not paying attention. Exactly, Andy. That's how it goes. I mean, there's been very, very, very few games where the favorite team is minus 300, and they've lost a couple of them. It's my lean, TS. It's my lean. It's not one of my plays. It's my lean. I'm about to hop off. Everyone who wants my plays every single day, go to the profile, hit the link tree, hop on SoBet. Like I said, next week, I'm not going to be able to go live. I'm not going to be posting as many videos. I'm going to be on vacation. If you want my plays, go to the profile, hit the link tree, hop on SoBet. I'll still be posting the full slate daily. So stay locked in. Keep feasting. I'll be in Europe spending Vegas's money. If you want to sign up for the free newsletter, there's a link in the profile as well. That's coming soon. Get involved. Love all you, except for the ones I hate. Cheers.